Wow. Oh, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. All right, as usual, I'm turning my cards right side up before I get started. Had a beautiful day. It's spring break. Fruitful weekend. It just goes by so fast. It's like, I was thinking today, like, wow, this week went by so fast. It's Thursday already. You know, like, what did I do? What did I do Monday? What did I do Tuesday? So on and so forth, you know? I probably could have went to some other districts, but I said I'm just going to take the whole week off. All right. So once again, I'm turning my cards right side up for those just coming in. And I certainly hope and pray that all is well with everyone. I hope and pray that everyone has had a good day, a good week. You know, even through the tough times, it's part of life. The pendulum swings both ways. Okay. In the tough times, we can learn something. Okay, at all times, really, but definitely in those times, we don't always want to push them away. You know what I'm saying? We want to be thankful for all. Well, it's easy to say, you know, that scripture that says, in all things give thanks. Like my dad used to tell me, ask yourself, what can I learn from out of this situation? It's amazing the people who taught you things and taught you well and taught you some words of wisdom, but yet those are the same people that are diabolical in your life and had been seeking and probably still seeking to destroy you. I don't get that. I don't know, maybe it's a way, you know how they talk about white guilt, maybe it's a way to relieve oneself of any kind of guilt, the burden of guilt, or some kind of setup shit to say, well, you know, I taught them. I don't know. All right, but let me do this. Almost done. 2 more decks. Okay. You can just enjoy the meditation here that's playing in the background while I finish this. Thank you for the support. Right. I haven't been putting my description in the description box below for these lives, but I think it's pretty much the same. I think I said this before on that last page on my channel. If anyone would like to donate, you are always welcome to do that. Okay. It's not a requirement. I'm not against it either. Okay. And I'm not necessarily asking for it, but you're welcome to if you'd like. One more deck. Okay, and while I'm doing this last deck, I'll go ahead and get started. So, you know how they say, like if a person is on your mind, right? They possibly are thinking about you or something is going on with them. You know, they tell you maybe to reach out to them or, I don't know, pray for them or whatever. Okay, but I'm not really I won't be doing that. With people that cross my mind, if they're of anybody from my past life. Some who still seek to try to, you know, impose their energy on me and impose what they want my life to be on me. Definitely I won't be contacting any of them. It's just, you know. So there's this one person that I kind of grew up with, lady who raised me, who I thought was my blood mother, one of her nieces. I don't know, I'm only a couple years older than her. How old am I? 52. So she's probably like 50, 49 or 50. Wow, time flies, you know? I mean, you know, you get older, you still feel 25. Okay. I don't know, that's like the age. Everybody that I know is older always says that. I still feel 25. 25. It's always 25. But anyway, there's something to that, I'm sure. But anyway, so I've been knowing her all my life. And not only had I known her all my life as a family member, but supposed family member, but she, not all the time, but there were plenty of times her and her sibling would be at our home overnight when she was young, very young, because of some of the negative things that she had to grow up with in her home. So there were times that they were brought to our house or another family member's house. I found out later when I got older, but often brought to our house. Anyway, I don't know when me and her started kind of hanging out. I can't remember. I don't remember, but I know she got a certain age, and I don't know. I asked, she would spend the night. I asked her if she wanted to, you know, spend the night, if she wanted to go to church with me on Sunday mornings. So it got to a point when I was in high school that she would come over just about every weekend, every Saturday night. We go to church the next day, and her mother would come pick her up on Sunday. So we kind of, when I went to college, she probably was like in maybe the 10th grade or the 11th grade, something like that. So we kind of kept in touch a little bit. Like my freshman year, well, I'll say this, my freshman year away. Because I did my first year college home. I went to a community college and then I transferred. So my first year away, kind of kept in touch a little bit, but not that much. And just kind of drifted apart, you know. Used to go to the malls together, hang out and stuff like that. You know, she went on to have a family and so on and so forth. And I moved back here when I was in my late 20s. Well, she was one of the ones, these family members who are not really family, blood wise, and they're not any wise after the things that they had set out to do to me and were doing. And I think at least maybe one or two still trying. Definitely that bleeding Z. Her head is hard as a brick. This girl I'm talking about, she said that girl's head is hard as a brick. She said that years ago. But anyway, it's like, yeah, she is. It is. But anyway, so the woman crossed my mind. Now, when they were doing all the black magic and the dream infiltration and the kicking my ass in the dreams and all that kind of stuff, the dream infiltration, however that works, she was one who got involved, which I was kind of surprised because this girl, you know, always went to church, the Lord this, the Lord that, all of that stuff. But, well, I guess I said I shouldn't be surprised, right, just because of that. But I just didn't think that that she'd stoop to those levels. And I really never thought she would. Now, me and this girl, we you know, we would argue sometimes, you know, people growing up together, that's what's going to happen, relationships and whatnot. I don't know, people are funny because I don't know why, you know, they see someone they smile, they laugh, they're generally kind, caring. They think that means that you're weak. So they're kind of surprised when you defend yourself and you do it, you know, you're going to defend yourself, stand up for yourself, or you're not afraid to, I'm not afraid to have an argument with you. What the fuck are you, what do you think? Why should I be? Or why should anybody be? So I mentioned her the other night when I was doing a reading on the Bleeding Z, their cousin. Okay, I thought I was these people's cousin, but they're cousins. And this girl at one point needed a place to stay. She claimed her mother kicked her out. And I said, well, she was going to one place here, one place there. And I said, well, you can stay here tonight. Well, it became 2.5 months. She didn't ask because she stayed that long. I didn't tell her she had to leave. I wouldn't have told her she had to leave because she didn't. But I did end up telling her she had to leave because I was going out of town. And she had a volatile situation with her husband. And she was letting him in my house. And she didn't think I knew that. Initially, I didn't know. But there was an incident. She kept saying the man had an odor. You know, she kept telling me this man had an odor. And she thought he was doing drugs. I don't know. I wouldn't know anything about that. And I didn't know anything about that. I said, okay. Well, I had 2 throws on my couch. And that's where she was staying, on my couch. And one day, I had washed the throws. And one night, my daughter said, she was really young. I don't know, she might have been like 7 or 8 at the time. She picked up the throw and she was just like, ugh, it stinks. And threw it. She said, it stinks. So I just washed them, you know. She said, it stinks. So I smelled it. I said, it does have an odor. And I noticed, like, the next day, this woman decided she needed to wash, and she washed my throws. And I told her, I said, she went to wash them. I said, I washed them already. And she said, well, I'll wash them again. And that's when I realized. I said, okay, she must have had him in my house. That must be his odor. Okay. And the way she would talk on the phone that she needed a place to stay, this man was not helping her. It just was like volatile to me. And I was like, I don't need no volatile, violent shit in my house, in front of my house, in the driveway of my house. I don't need none of that shit. Okay. So I was going out of town. We were going out of town to see my sibling. And I told her that she was going to have to leave because I did not want to give her a key. Okay. If I could have trusted her with that situation, I wouldn't have had a problem with her staying. And the lady raised me. She came in the house one day and she said to me, girl, that girl got your house looking like hoarders. And I was like, she do have a lot of stuff in. I don't even know when she brought the shit in there, but I wasn't gonna put her out. Okay. But given that situation, I was going out of town. I was like, hell no, I'm not coming back, and my shit in my house is fucked up. It's my house. And why do people get mad at you? Because you want to respect your property. It was a house my grandparents left for me and my sibling, and I wouldn't give a fuck. It's still my house. It's my property. I grew up in the house. My uncles and aunts grew up in the house. And even if they didn't, I'm living here. This is my house. So, she was upset with me for that. I'm sorry. You can be upset, honey. Because if it was the other way around, you damn sure wouldn't want that. So one night, it was my birthday. I was 43. Was I 43? Yeah, I was turning 44. And I wanted to do it up big because I would have dinners and stuff. Well, that was part of that. So I just did the whole 9 shit I don't normally do. Got my hair out done, my nails done, went and bought clothes and all that type of shit. Had a early afternoon gathering, and then, come on, y'all, let's go out tonight. I don't know what was on me that night, probably hormonal shit. But I was there that night, and I did not want to be bothered for shit. I went to a club. I didn't. And they were saying some things that, for those ladies who are older, you get a certain age and then hormones get us to be a certain way, and you hear people saying shit, and it's just like, this is just so dumb, And the crazy thing is, the Bleeding Z, who has spearheaded well, I don't know if she spearheaded it, but she sure played a huge part of this shit that I did a video on the other night. I was talking to her, and I don't really think they like the fact that I had a relationship with her. That, they claimed they didn't like her. Okay, but they sure all loved her, honey, when they was kicking my ass. They fell in love, and I guess it made her feel good to finally be accepted by them. So this woman I'm talking about, this cousin, she was driving, and they were all downstairs dancing. I was just sitting up there talking to her, and she decided it was time to go, which I was fine with, because I really wasn't in the mood for the whole thing, even though I put it together. It just that's how it was. So it was some rustle about that. I can't remember specifically. But she claimed she needed to get to her daughter at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning to give her some medicine or some shit. 16-year-old kid. So one of the cousins made a comment about it. And it was obvious to all of us, this is not where we're leaving. Maybe you want to go see somebody, you want to go see a man or something like that, but just be honest about it. You don't have to use your child as an excuse. And I don't remember the specifics of what was said, but I said something to it, and she got mad at me, and I didn't give a fuck. So we argued the whole way home, and she was talking about some get out, bitch. I'm not getting out of shit. I'm going to get out this motherfucking car when you take me home. And see, my attitude, she don't like that. I don't care. A lot of people don't like that. Because they're not expecting me to defend myself. They're expecting me to say, oh, please don't kick me out of the car, please. No. You're taking me home. You don't like the fact that you're being confronted with the bullshit. And I'm not the only person in the car Well, I don't remember being the one confronting her about it. I do remember being the one saying, something to the fact of, you don't have no need to lie about the shit. So anyway, we go, she drops us off. She's mad as hell at me, and she's been mad at me ever since. So her brother got married. He had a reception. And of course, Bleeding Z was with me, the one who, Dodo Bird, Breauna, Jewell, Bellamy over there, Bumbleclots. He clung to an earth angel. Because she got happy because the girl probably ate her out real good. And we went to my house. She left. This girl I'm talking about tonight, she left. And we were all talking. Oh, the reception. Walk in the door with Bleeding Z. And I hated the fact that me and her had a relationship with one another. And I look over and she's over there whispering in people's ear. I said, oh, there she go talking about people I don't know. It's probably lying. And I gave this bitch a whole place to stay. And the crazy thing is, it's like these people, like the one girl who joined in, one cousin who joined in, she told me when she asked her if she could stay with her, you wouldn't even let her stay one fucking day. Okay. Well, as time went on, the years go by and whatever. I called her and I apologized, whatever. Let's be friends again. Let's be friends, you and I. Let's be friends again. You, my cousin. So we would talk here and there periodically. But, it got to the point where this girl, sometimes I call, she wouldn't answer the phone, all that type of crazy shit, and I was like, after a while, I was like, okay, whatever. And it kind of pissed me off because she was met some guy on a dating app. It's like, well, she always got time for the men, but you can't even call me back. Or you only call me back when you want to talk about your shit with the men. And I just felt like this is kind of one-sided. Well, I did my apologies moving on, but she's still been hating me ever since. But she probably, honestly, was hating me before that. And I didn't know. But she came across my mind last week a few times. And then I just happened to stumble across somebody's video. And I don't really watch this person, but I was kind of drawn to listen for a second. And I did. And she said her nickname. She was like, you know how readers say, I'm hearing the names. I'm hearing these names. So her name was one of the names, but it was her nickname. Now her nickname is Punkin. That's what we called her. But when she got older, I called her by her name. I didn't call her that anymore. I mean, she didn't seem to have a problem with it. But one thing that the reader said was she emphasized that it wasn't pumpkin, it was Punkin. And I thought, and I was like, that's interesting because I've been thinking about her. Now, honey, if you watching, I wasn't thinking about you like, oh, I miss you, because I don't. Because this woman got involved with them, with that black magic shit they was doing on me. And these motherfuckers was treacherous and ruthless. The shit they was doing to me in a dream state. Ha ha he he. And they always had her give me food in a dream state. And I would eat it, but I would throw it up. I would always throw it up. And she was always the one coming to me with cake looking like this. And so I remember one day I saw her at a vision. I said, they done taught this bitch something. Look at her. She was like in her kitchen trying to do some kind of potion or some shit by herself. And she fell. And I said to myself, that's what the fuck you get, because you shouldn't be doing this shit no fucking way. I remember one time they put me in one of them dreams. It was the weirdest shit. They was in some kind of one of them cousins' house that I grew up in. It was a duplex side by side. And they was not on the side that the lady who raised me, her sister lived on. They were on the other side, which I believe is where her daughter and her son lived and her grandchildren. And then all I saw was a bunch of niggas I had never seen in my life. And them, all them cousins, and they was high out of their fucking mind. I said, look at this shit. They done pulled me in this shit. This was years ago. Okay, this was a few years back. And this girl I'm talking about, this Punkin, she did something, and I grabbed her arm. I grabbed her and I said, stop. Stop doing this. I don't give a fuck about them. You are not supposed to be doing this shit. Stop. So one day she comes astral projecting to me and shit. And I knew it was her. And I told her, I said, you're not supposed to be doing this. I said, I don't know what I didn't know what the problem was or situation was at the time. I'm still not 1,000% for sure, but I'm about 999% sure. Was that right before 1,000? Yeah. Money, hatred, jealousy, who this bitch thinks she is, that type of thing. This bitch done started a YouTube channel, she can't surpass us, blah, blah. And it's just interesting because, like I said before, I never knew that YouTube and social media was that big of a deal. Hell, I just didn't. Hold on, I gotta find my fan. Ouch. I didn't realize it was that big of a deal. But then it was more, there anyway, money, blah, blah, blah. So I told her, I said, you're not supposed to be doing this. And I don't know the rest of them, whatever, but not you. It's not because it's me. It's just because this is not the path. That's for you. It's not your path. That's what I'm saying about people who do this shit. Some of these people that do that, I hear people using words or terminologies, fallen angels, and like Breauna, Jewell, Bellamy, she lost her divinities and all of that type of shit, people who have sold themselves out. And I'm not talking about the selling of a soul to a demon devil. It could be that. The selling of themselves out because of these earthly things or human things even that have not been taking care of, what people say, like doing your shadow work. Okay. I'm thinking about one time we all went out to eat, and this was something I was always putting shit together. for us. One of the cousins, she was there, came home, whatever, because she lived, well, she was, I don't know where she lives now, but she was living down south, so she came home. And I said, before she leave, y'all, let's all, go to the Cheesecake Factory. So we all went, and her and her brother got into it, and she was driving all over the parking lot trying to kill him. Called us later, talking about it. I didn't think she was trying to kill him. I thought she was just trying to run him over. I mean, hit him with the car. Well, it wasn't no car, it was a truck, goddamn. And when we were sitting out on the patio, and when she got to acting crazy, the white people, the white people jumped up and grabbed their food and went running to the, opposite side of the patio, and it was like, okay, great. So then we went out the gate. She got in the truck and was driving. The nigga was running all over the motherfucking parking lot, hiding behind the cars, hiding behind the bushes, and I was like, oh my God. So she called us later on, maybe about a week or so later, apologizing for her behavior. And she said, I was trying to kill him. And I was just like, well, shit, I know you're trying to kill a motherfucker. I thought you just wanted to hit him with the car, which is still crazy, you know what I'm saying? But he managed to hide long enough, so that she couldn't find him and get to him, and she left. But anyway, so that was an interesting. That was funny. It wasn't funny sitting there watching, but it's like one of the stories and funny stories that you tell later on down the line. But so anyway, when she astral projected to me, I was telling her, this is not the path God has for you. This is not something that is meant for you to be doing. You can hate me. I don't give a fuck. But I'm talking about you. Gave her a little message that the Lord gave me, that the good Lord gave me to give to her. There's somebody who will walk around with a Bible and a devotional all the time. I mean, she had a lot of shit going on in her life, a lot of issues, but, the shit, it ain't all her fault. People, these parents and stuff make life hell for their kids. You understand what I'm saying? When they're growing up, and then they wonder why they have a hard time with functioning. But see, this girl... The church I grew up at, well, my great-grandfather's church, see, these people played a part in this shit, too. I'm not saying every single person at that church, but they played a part in this shit, too. And, but all my life, I can't say just at this moment in time, just all my life. There are people there who I could name, who I know, I don't give a fuck what you say, motherfuckers, you probably watching, too. You played a role in the shit, too. You just some of you all are some evil people. Okay. With your, who knows, your witch coven, and God knows what y'all be really doing. And I had heard about churches like that and stuff growing up, but I didn't want, not my church, not my great grandfather's church. Yeah, that motherfucker too. And anyway, there were some girls there who, I was the black sheep, whatever they talked about. I'm 52 years old, if I saw them today, they'd still go huddle in the corner. The roach pack. There she is. But so anyway, there was one girl there she didn't grow up there, but she was she was a friend of one of them girls, and she worked with her. She would talk about me with this old crazy, ugly ass, skinny, olive oil looking freak of a girl. And Nikki, crazy bitch, you've never said hi to me, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. What they call them, Oompa Loompa, homely bitches. And it was just so disgusting because one of the guys that I dated, that Bleeding Z had to get with, sucking his dick all in my house and shit while I'm upstairs and shit. Or trying to, but she probably was doing it. His father would sometimes have us over for dinner, and I saw the girl's picture up there. I said, oh my God, Cleveland's such a small motherfucker, but really this whole world is. Hell, fuck, you move across the ocean, and you'll be in Australia and run into somebody inevitably who knows the same motherfuckers. Okay? You be like, you can't escape. But anyway. When I heard the woman say her name in the read, I said, I know she's not talking about that bitch. I know she's not talking about the cutting. But given the fact that Breauna Jewell Bellamy's old sick, twisted ass brought her ass here trying to be me with the whole slander and all of that type of shit, and the lies and the false reports and all of that type of shit, and she did, and the feds got her and all of that type of shit, and many wants what I have, and all of that type of shit. And I believe this particular reader is connected to her in some way, shape, or form, who I don't listen to, honey, and I know you watch. But that's okay. I said, I know this bitch. I sincerely hope and pray that this girl, this woman, did not get herself involved anymore with Breauna Jewell Bellamy and her bag of lies, life of lies and nothingness and crime than was necessary, which it wasn't necessary at all. Is this why she's crossing my mind? Okay. So I'm going to do a reading on it. Okay. Because she has really, this girl, Punkin, has really tried to, with the rest of them. But that's what I was saying. Some of these people, they call they're the fallen angel and blah, 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 and they lost their divinities and all of that kind of thing. This is what I was saying, when they decide to join in to try to hurt and harm people, okay, and take them down and destroy them and so on and so forth. You haven't even taken the time to understand or know what your destiny is or your life is, or if you, I don't know, you people who were chosen, so on and so forth. You haven't taken the time. You've got the anger issues, all of that kind of thing. I understand. Okay, the issues of sorrow, despair. Okay, because of some things that were done to you. But here you are, allowing. Instead of doing the work for yourself, because I can tell you, I feel like I don't give a fuck. You do your shadow work and your healing and understanding in fullness, or at least be on that path to who you are. There's no reason to be jealous of anyone or envious of anyone. The anger, the hatred, the malice, so on and so forth, you would understand where it comes from, that it's not someone else, confirmation. You would understand. You would heal, do the work within you. Okay, I'm going to word compromise. You would not compromise yourself, your soul being, okay, your soul, okay, yourself, for someone else. Okay, you just would have no need to do that. All right. And then have found yourself in a position. You might be one of them chosen folks. But then, you lose something. So that's why I say these energies, whether they're through people, okay, masters and master manipulators, whatever you want to call them, they have you already. They're not worried. Really, they're telling you, okay, go get this one, go get that one, go get this one, go get that one, confirmation. Go get this one, go get that one, so on and so forth. And it's like, sometimes it's a setup. They got you. They eating up off you. Confirmation. It's like I told Breauna Jewell Bellamy with her weird ass. Bitch, they eating off your fucking brain, bitch. They eating you. You still on here acting a goddamn fool. Okay. But if they're eating off your brain, your mind is fucked. So now it's like confirmation. So now it's like, this young woman, I'm telling you, this is not the path for you. Here's a message for you. Bitch hit me in the head and everything. with the astral projection. I said, isn't that something? I know motherfucker could do that. Okay. But here it is. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a message. Okay. Telling you who you are. You are separate from them. You are not them. You have a higher ranking, a higher soul being, but you're so angry about whatever you're angry about and want to hate me, bitch. I'm gonna be me. This bitch, she the one who tell people, oh, they don't know my cousin. Talking about me. You've been knowing me more than any of the rest of these motherfuckers. Get over it. Because I'm not your issue. Okay, you can be mad at me. You may not like some aspects of my personalities. I may not get my personality. I may not like yours, so on and so forth. Whatever. But this shit here, what these low lives got you involved in, or what you have chosen to take part in, this is not for you. Okay. So then maybe, you know what they say, like a person can lose their status or whatever, their spiritual whatever. I don't know. You know, that type of thing people be talking about. And then you got all kind of karma on your head. And she's probably watching this now and mad and will try to do some shit tonight. Okay. Mind gone. Okay. Soul gone. Self gone. Okay. So let's get into it here. What we need to know. There it is. A Hierophant in reverse. Temperance in reverse. And why she was crossing my mind. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. The Tower in reverse. And I'm going to tell you, one of the things here, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, is shit with money. Okay. People get so caught up wanting money. As soon as they get it, it's gone, it's spent. Okay. On nothing. Nothing that has no lasting value. Nothing. And not saved up for don't even invest the shit for the damn children. Nothing. Just gone. Just like, you know, falls right up out of their hands. Now that's a lot of people. But I'm talking about when you do these evil things to others for money, that what are you going to do with the money? Buy your records and shine your motherfucking shoes to stunts on them for a second. Okay. What profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his own soul? You know, that's that Western shit. Okay, it might be I don't think it's, I don't know. No, that's Western. Not saying that you don't see that in East, you know, cultures of the East, but a Western culture that is permeating and taking over the whole fucking earth. Capitalism and shit. Letting it define you. And it's so funny, you know how they talk about people with real money, for real. A lot of times you see them and you wouldn't think that they had a dime. I remember I used to be a bank teller in Atlanta when I lived in Atlanta when I was in graduate school. I worked at a bank one summer, and I worked in Buckhead. That was and y'all know, for those who are familiar with Atlanta, you know Buckhead, real nice area. But then every blue moon I'd have to work on the weekend, and when I did, they would put me at the location in the West End, which was straight hood. I don't know what it is now. And I can promise you, guess who had the money in the accounts? Them old black folk who lived in the West End. Them accounts would be like falling over with the amount of thousands and thousands they had in there. And they come and get $10. Come get $20 out the bank. Well, Buckhead, not at all. I mean, you know. But anyway, let's, you know, a lot of times, so you can always look at a person and tell they have money or not. A lot of people with real money, wealth and whatnot, they don't do that. Okay. But here, this situation here with this woman. Okay, I'm hearing. I don't. I hate to say this because it sounds so silly. Like coming up, all I could think of is blowjobs over there. Bumbleclot, Scruffy the dog, Scruffy the what crying ass pigs, always squealing and shit. Breauna, Jewell, Bellamy. But that I am hearing. Okay, like you lost your divinity. Okay, you lost your. If that's possible. Okay. Or you have, it's like traded out the divine essence of you for the bullshit. Okay. Like you just turn your back on it. It didn't have to be church or Christianity. Some people grow beyond that. Because that ain't the end all be all. That can be, early stages for someone. Okay. But whatever. Okay. But even still, okay. Well, I would think that would be better than going that route that you went down. Okay. I'm hearing like for the few chosen here, okay, of which you were one, but you decided, I'm hearing faulty. Okay, you made a faulty choice, a faulty decision, okay, that you didn't want that. You wanted to be like the rest, and that shit too, wanting to be like other people. That's what shit like Breauna, Jewell, Bellamy, when they talk about people like, well, you're this, and you're fat, and so, bitch, so what? Bitch, you want to be like everybody else, claiming divinity and shit. Has the great eye, all of that dumb shit, okay? But you want to be like the world. Okay. And those who walk that path, I'm hearing that path of destiny. Um, I mean, like they may not know where they will end, but they do know that I'm hearing I mean a lot, but I feel like in other words, it's like the black sheep, while all of the sheep are walking down, about to fall off that mountain. The black sheep is like, excuse me, going the opposite way. Okay, you choose here to be a follower, not a listener, like when I was telling you what was being said. Okay, this is a choice you made here. Okay, just throwing your whole shit off balance. It wasn't like you didn't get a warning, because you did, even when you call yourself terrorizing me. Okay. And I don't know if you thought you was going to get some money out of this situation, okay? But of course you didn't. Okay. Or at least not what you thought. You thought you were going to get more, I'm hearing. Less is what became of you. Not you got less money, but less is what became of you, okay, in your person. Okay. Like, it's just seeds that you shouldn't have planted. You just shouldn't have went in that direction. Okay. You just shouldn't have done it. And I'm hearing like it's worse than what you thought. Okay. So I mean, I don't know, the ramifications, not just because of what you did to me, but all that shit. At one point I was like, my God, what have they gotten themselves caught up in? Well, see, I thought y'all was terrorizing me. You thought I was gonna be in the corner crying and cutting myself, and hopefully y'all thought I was gonna be killing myself and having to be admitted to the goddamn mental institution and all of that type of thing. Okay, for the 24-hour watch, and will be there forever, or things was just gonna be just topsy turvy for my motherfucking ass. Okay, yeah. But at the same time, I was sitting there looking like, oh, that's what y'all thought was gonna happen, but it didn't. I was sitting there looking like, what the fuck have they gotten themselves involved in? What the fuck is this shit? I mean, I didn't know y'all in and out, but it's like I never known them to do this. Now, Bleeding Z, I ain't surprised about nothing she doing. Shouldn't nobody else did either. But for some of y'all, the rest of y'all, I was like, what the fuck are these be? And I'm hearing that one bitch. I don't know, bitch. I don't know your fucking name. You one of them cousins, I don't know, Akron or some shit like that, which I don't have no problem with none of them because they didn't bother me except you. The one with the radio show, We Go Talk. I just want to say to you, bitch, you better get the fuck away from me. You're disgusting. King of Swords in reverse. 9 of Cups upright. The Sun upright. 4 of Cups in reverse. And I don't know why you just, the thought of you just disgusted me so fucking much just now. I don't think you were as involved. And you did come through one time. And you got it twice. And you got your issue. And I didn't see your motherfucking ass no more. But it's just something about your fucking ass. I mean, creep. I don't even know if I've ever said hi to you. Fuck are you? And it's so funny how y'all talked about the people from Akron so bad. Besides this one right here, none of them, not one of them bothered me with no bullshit. But y'all betting them. Except her. We Go Talk. Miss Christian. Moving on. Well, I mean, I definitely know you was partying with their ass and with pissies and marbles in them. I mean, more pissies. I mean, underground. I don't know. I definitely know you. I knew that then. And I said, I hope she didn't lay with the niggas. I hope she had more fucking sense than that. But I don't know. I didn't think that you would do any of this. I ain't talking about me, bitch. I wouldn't give a fuck who it was. I didn't think that you would go to those levels. Getting involved with all that dark, demented, demonic shit. Trying to torture and torment somebody. Because you mad at them. No, bitch, you're mad at you. You're mad at your fucking mother and father. Go deal with their fucking asses. You'll be mad at somebody give you a house to stay in. And listening to all that fucking trauma and drama. And my daughter is there. And you mad. But your children wasn't even fucking there. The boy come in, he looked so fucking miserable. I mean, this was years ago. Granted. But bitch, you ain't had no right to fucking bother me. But like I said, bitch, trying to poison me and shit. I hope that bitch die. I hope this work. What'd she do to you? Gave me a place to stay, listen to all my issues and problems. And loved on me. Yeah, we fought sometime, but you know, that's it. I don't understand how you could listen to anything come out of bleeding mouth. You talked about the lady who raised me, that she wasn't no good neither. See, you the one who tried to hit me to some of that real shit that was going on in that family. It was you. When I really wasn't 1,000% sure with what you were saying. Until later. Until y'all kept crawling in. And I felt the energy. And I saw it. I said, oh, this is what the bitch was trying to tell me. But you had a good time doing the shit. I can see that. You had a good time doing the shit. I don't know, bitch. If you spent time with this motherfucker on your own, I think all y'all had sex with the man. I don't know if you spent time with him by yourself, okay, as opposed to just the party time, okay. You had fun with his fuck ass. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he showed you some things that you didn't know or didn't understand. I don't know. Lit the way for you of what I don't know. But whatever it was a cup that you should not have taken, like I said. Okay. It just wasn't, even if it wasn't him, okay, it just wasn't a smart thing to do. And you knew it wasn't a smart thing to do. But I'm going to participate in this anyway. I don't know, like when I would see, when this shit was early and before it really hit me, with the dreams and stuff, and I would see you guys' picture on Facebook. You just had such a nasty, really nasty, arrogant, energy and spirit over you that I had never seen on you before. Not saying you didn't have that shit. I mean, we were older. I really wasn't around you that much, but it was like you were not the person that I once knew. Okay, like you were becoming a new, in other words, a different person. Okay, something that was not like you. Okay, but you chose. You made a choice. You made a solid choice to go in that direction. You thought this was going to be good for you, but you had fun, okay, doing these things. You thought it was funny how, and I'm sure I wasn't the only person that y'all was doing that shit to, okay. And like I said, in that one dream, I fuck them niggers, bitch. What the fuck are you doing? Okay. Just something you shouldn't have done. A cup that you should not have drunk from, which is so interesting because you was always the one feeding me shit. Okay, in fucking dreams. 4 of Wands in reverse. The High Priestess upright. Okay, 3 of Wands in reverse. And I was telling you here. Okay, I told your fucking ass. Gave you the message. This is not the road that you should take. Whatever you think it is that you're going to get out of it, whatever it is that you are looking to get out of this, okay, it is not going to be. You can have fun, he look at us torturing her and whoever the fuck else y'all was bothering, and all the party time and all the sex and whatever else you guys were doing, okay, that looks so fucking sickening. Okay. But this is not the road, it is not the path for you. And me here, the High Priestess, told you that and was telling you that. And I gave you the message from on high then. But you chose. I don't give a fuck what you say, bitch. Princess of Swords in reverse. No, you don't give a fuck what God is telling you. The Magician in reverse. That's what you don't give a fuck of. Queen of Pentacles upright. That's what you don't give a fuck about. Fuck him. Or her. Well, for you, him. God. I'm gonna do this. Be a part of this. I'm gonna swing this way. This is what I'm hearing. It's dumb. Again, it just, you should not have done it. You shouldn't have been targeting anybody. And your ass damn sure shouldn't have got involved in no black magic. Bothering the Queen of Pentacles here, the abundant one, me. I'm talking about money. How much you get in the bank? Whatever I got, bitch, it ain't none of your fucking business. See, like you asked me that question. If your grandparents didn't give you this house, do you think you would be able to pay your rent? Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Then in the first place, I lived by myself. I lived in about 4 or 5 different cities before I came back here, and lived in an apartment and a few houses before I moved into this house. And I ain't never had no issue paying my fucking rent. Why? Because I pay it. I know that was an issue for you. You think it's because somebody has given me something, a home. That's what families do. Not all families, but that's what families do. And that's what your mind was so, all of y'all really. All you saw, I don't know, and I certainly hope that your auntie, the lady who raised me, didn't lie and say she was paying my way through life, because please. Everywhere I've lived, every city I lived in. I don't know, before I came back here, I lived in Memphis, I lived in Atlanta, D.C., New York, New Jersey. I paid my rent. Like your cousin said, you get a job and you pay your bills. I paid my rent. So I certainly hope she didn't lie. And I damn sure know my father didn't say he was paying my way through life. That's beyond laughable. He got to the point where when I was in graduate school in Atlanta, when he was living there, he would send me $100 a month. There's nothing wrong with that. I was a student. I stayed in the dorms. That was probably more than he had ever given me. See, he didn't have no wife there to distract him and tell him, fuck them kids. Give me your money. Oh, but like you said, he didn't want to be bothered. No fucking way. Like Breauna Jewell Bellamy. She's the spiritual master. Fuck them kids. In other words. But other than that, bitch, what are you talking about? This is what you should have did. Guarded yourself and your home, your children, from the bullshit. See, what they coming to have you participate for? What Zarita asking you to participate for? Or her crazy ass mama? Or even the lady who raised me? What are they asking you to participate for? To ruin your fucking life? Because even if what y'all was trying to do to me, because I'm supposed to be in the ground by now, a few years now, even if it did work, what was your life going to be? You right? Because I'm hearing nothing. Exactly. And worse. You should have guarded yourself. It's right here, right up under it, against this energy right here, this devil energy. Okay. See him with them strings over them women. Okay. Just playing them like he's the puppeteer, and they just naked, vulnerable. Okay. Just fucked. Doing what he say that led you to this, or lead you to this. Misery, torment, torture, haunted. I can't believe I did that. I'm a try again. Once again, family or no fucking family. Grew up with the motherfuckers or not. You should have walked away from it and said, absolutely not. I will not participate. Yeah, the bitch get on my nerve. I don't like a motherfucking ass, but I'm not going to do the shit, okay? It just was not a wise thing, a choice to make for you. Now, I certainly hope I'm not going to pull on these oracle cards, but I certainly hope that your motherfucking ass have not gotten caught up with Breauna Jewell Bellamy, buckshots, bumper clots over there, ScRUFF the whining ass hog from hell, and her illegalities that she wants to throw off on everybody. A PPP loan fraud. And bitch, I know Bumbleclots, because if you ain't watching now, you gonna watch. Bitch, I know you ain't say I did some shit like some wire fraud, and I don't even know what that is. and life insurance fraud. Bitch, you just tell everybody what you do. And PPP loan fraud. That's you. And bitch, I'll talk about it later. But your father told me when your real birthday is. You're not a fucking Scorpio. Same year, 1981, right? That's what he said. But he let me know when he came. But besides that, bitch, back to this Punkin rather. Okay. I certainly hope, because you one of them desperate ones for money as well. Money rules and regulates your whole world and life. I certainly hope, honey, you would not take yourself to them dumb, stupid ass levels. Anything else? Queen of Cups in the reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Cups upright. Five of Wands in the reverse. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. So, I don't know. This is what this shit turned you into. Or maybe that's what you already were. I know you was a mad, angry little person. Okay. I'm here extremely bitter, embittered, bitter. Okay. But it doesn't matter. Okay. And like I said, I certainly hope you didn't get involved with this bitch, Breauna, Jewell, Bellamy here. Okay. You shouldn't have worked. Okay. With that energy, that's something that needs to be healed. Okay. We're just gonna say the bitch is a Scorpio for right now, but she's not. Okay. Self-love. When I gave you the message of who you were, you came that day. But the astral projector said they done taught this bitch something, and she just all in it. You want to hit me all upside the head and shit. Telling you, giving you the message of who you were. Okay. What you were, the path that was destined for you, and it wasn't this bullshit here. It was something else. Okay. The Five of Wands in reverse. And you just shouldn't have gotten involved with a bunch of losers trying to destroy somebody and take them down. Okay. And this is what it has led to. Lack of abundance. It doesn't have to be financial. Okay. I certainly hope you've probably been watching enough tarot at this point to understand that. Anything else? The shit got you somewhere in this hangman position, stuck in a motherfucker. Okay. Again, walking down the wrong path. Okay. I don't know what this is. You had a family. Okay. I know it may have had some issues. I don't know if you've gotten remarried or anything. I really don't know what's happening with you. Okay. Or you thought maybe you were going to get some kind of abundance or emotional fulfillment with this, or maybe somebody that was a part of that group. I certainly hope not Pisces. Everybody thought that they was, I don't understand, everybody thought they was going to marry Pisces and marbles, okay, and have a wonderfully abundant life, okay, but somebody was teaching you some bullshit here, okay. I don't know, whoever maybe this King of Cups in reverse in. I'm hearing a nobody, okay, somebody that you had no business, and I'm also hearing no right, okay, aligning yourself with. So I don't know, was this man married, okay, to someone else? Okay, and you got involved with him sexually. Okay. I keep hearing the word demented. Okay, but this was not something, again, that you should have gotten yourself aligned with. I don't know. This is this way. Princess of Pentacles in reverse. Are you pregnant, or you think you're pregnant, or somebody's pregnant there? Okay. But you basically, it's just the same shit. Okay, you thought that you would have no regrets doing this, okay, and that you were going to walk away victorious, okay. I'm hearing, but you have not, okay. Stolen time or something like that, memories, lost memories or something like that, okay. Abundance taken, received by another, okay. What the path you were supposed to go down, not that shit. Okay. I mean, if someone else has it, it's like you forfeited it and gave it to another. I know things were rough, but things could have been a lot better had you just waited. I'm hearing. Okay. Walked your path, okay, to your light, to your destiny. Healed your wounds. Because you had a choice and you made one. But again, I don't know how you could have ever listened to Bleed. I'm just so amazingly confused by that. I don't give a fuck what she told you. I just don't get it. All right. For you to let somebody like that destroy your life, destroy the promises I'm hearing that you were given. I don't know. Maybe you got some kind of prophetic word from somebody one time. Okay. But nevertheless, that's it. All right. You all have favor, peace. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.